So we talk about stacking all the time. And if you haven't seen our concept of stacking, it simply means at your pace, when we coach you and we coach others in the Wicked Smart community, we from third party looking in, we from the benefit of hindsight say, okay, here's your next 2 or 3 steps. And then when you get there at whatever pace you want, because we're going to know part of your plan is to go this at whatever speed. Okay, here are your next 2 or 3 steps, and so on and so forth. One of the many things, there are many, but one of the many things sort of in this stacking that we do with our students, and it depends on what level they're at and how fast they're going when we introduce this, but it has to do with visualizing. And I know people sometimes will think of visualizing as sort of like big long-term goals, big dreams, things like that. That's cool. But I'm talking about even micro visualizing, meaning things like, okay, today, I'll give you today as an example for me personally. So this morning I knew I had some filming, and I knew I had some meetings this afternoon. So I just took 2 or 3 minutes this morning as part of my morning routine. And you can do it during working out, during getting coffee, whatever. It takes minutes. It was just visualizing the outcome of each one of the things for today. So if you have a meeting coming up, visualizing that. If you have an appointment with a seller, visualizing that exactly like you want it to end up. Golfers do it. Professional athletes in every sport do it. Why wouldn't we do it as professionals? Why wouldn't we do it to stand above and beyond every single competitor, because you have other investors that you'll compete with, out in the marketplace? Professionals, athletes and otherwise, don't wait on this stuff. They visualize daily and they visualize several times throughout the day. In fact, Ed Milet, when he was on our podcast and he spoke at our event, said he sets an alarm on his phone for several times during the day to stop for 2 or 3 minutes and visualize. That gave me like next level. Oh man, I'm not doing that. So this happens all the time, and we can literally program ourselves. And this isn't nonsense, guys. Let me give you 2 unbelievable examples. So this was a Harvard study, this one, and I'm just going to be brief with it. There was a group of students at Harvard, piano players, and they literally separated them, and some did intense skills development on the piano, like you would think. Others did mental games with the piano training. And the ones who went through the mental exercises outperformed. Now, these weren't people that didn't know how to play. They all were great players. They wouldn't be at Harvard. But the neat thing is that the mental exercise individuals outperformed them. Pretty cool. When Shaq O'Neal was in college, his team was going to go to the finals. And the coach had a choice. The coach was behind this. This was a visualization thing he did, and an expectation thing he did. The hotel had an extra night booked in case they lost the game, because if they won the game, they had to get out of there right away and fly to the next game. The coach had each and every player take their hotel key, go to the front desk and say to the clerk, he gave him the script. He said, I want you to say to the front desk person, I'll no longer be needing this. We're going to be winning tonight. Made them check out of the hotel. Think about that. If they lose, they need the hotel and they wouldn't get rooms back. So he had them all do that, and they went off and won the game, and that's pretty cool. So you go on and on with that story, but think about that. These are games that most of us are not aware of, that the professional athletes and the business leaders, the best of all time, do on a regular basis. I promise you, read the autobiographies and their biographies, and you will find this out. So this is not about hocus pocus. This is not about anything but carefully stacking the right things that put you head and shoulders above the rest. Because during your career, I don't care if it's with us or with someone else in the real estate industry, or frankly, if it's outside the real estate industry and you fell into this video, there are going to be people you run against that are doing this, and they will win. If you're not doing this, you will be left behind. Period. End of story. Now, there's hundreds of other stacking things we do, but this is just one of many that I would love you to get your arms wrapped around and help you with. Now, people say to me, all right, so what are some of the things you do, Chris, in the morning? Let me just share with you quickly my routine on the stacking, and then we're going to move on. And I encourage you to get with us. I'm going to give you 2 ways to do that, so you can learn how you can stack with your personal attributes and your goals, etc. So in the morning for me, the day doesn't start, and it would be a shitty day if it did start without these. It's real simple. When I get up, it's lemon water, it's a workout or a yoga. When I'm going to do the workout or yoga, in my ear is playing my future statement of what I want my year end to be over and over and over. There's a day that doesn't happen, and sometimes 2 or 3 times. And then after the workout and I'm showered and ready to go for the day, there's a 10-minute guided meditation. It's not long, it's 10 minutes. But those things I've learned over the years to add and add and add make for an absolutely outstanding day. Now, are there still curveballs and shitty days? Yes, but you safeguard yourself. You put a barrier around yourself when you're able to stack. And this simple visualization and the simple morning routine are just 2 ways that you can begin to stack. Now, if you want to learn more about stacking, both financially and otherwise like we just did, I encourage you to go hang out with us on our Wicked Smart Sit-Down that we do every single week. They're free. This is not about selling you an event. This is not about selling you anything because it's all content driven. We want to hang out with you from 4 o'clock Eastern time to 4:50 every Thursday and let you see, feel what it's like to be in the Wicked Smart community, what it's like to stack, and what that ends up being. Just go to smartrealestatecoach.com/events and you can register for the next sit down absolutely free. We'll see you there.